Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to your safe space. Before we even begin to shuffle the cards or dive into the profound messages waiting for you today, I want to invite you to take a deep, slow, grounding breath with me. Inhale the present moment, holding on to the peace that surrounds you right now, and as you exhale, physically release any tension, anxiety, or heavy energy you might have carried into this space. You were guided to this exact reading at this exact moment for a very specific reason. The synchronicities are never accidental. Please remember, as always, that this is a collective reading. Take only the messages that deeply resonate with your soul, the words that feel like a warm embrace to your spirit, and gently leave behind anything that does not align with your personal journey right now. Trust your own sovereign intuition above all else. I have to tell you, before the cards even hit the table, the energetic frequency coming through the ether today is absolutely electric. It is thick with anticipation, overflowing with transition, and vibrating with the undeniable hum of destiny. There is a massive tectonic shift happening in your spiritual ecosystem right now. You are standing directly on the precipice of a monumental breakthrough. But the universe is weaving a very complex tapestry around you today, because there is a fascinating duality at play. On one hand, there is someone out there whose heart is completely, irrevocably anchored to yours. They are completely invested in your energy. Yet, on the other hand, there is a spectator lurking in the wings. Someone who is watching your incredible ascension and desperately wanting to claim the blessings you are about to achieve for themselves. Let us dive deeply into the cards to see exactly what Spirit needs you to understand about this dynamic. As I shuffle and cut the deck, the very first energy that demands to be seen, pulling itself to the surface with undeniable urgency, is the mysterious and deeply revealing energy of the moon. When the moon surfaces as the foundation of a reading, we are immediately pulled into the realm of the unseen, the hidden truths, and the lifting of illusions. This card is not about fear, it is about profound revelation. The moon indicates that the shadows are finally parting in your life. You have been walking through a thick fog, navigating a situation that was deliberately designed to keep you confused, off balance, and doubting your own internal compass. The moon is showing me that you have been deeply entangled with a profoundly toxic energy. This could be a past romantic partner, a supposed best friend, a family member, or a deeply ingrained karmic cycle that has acted as an energetic parasite, quietly siphoning your vitality. This person operated completely in the shadows. Their manipulation was subtle, insidious, and disguised as concern or love. They thrived on keeping you small, whispering doubts into your ear, gaslighting your reality, and making you feel as though your brilliant intuition was nothing more than paranoia. They recognized your immense power long before you did, and instead of celebrating your radiant light, they felt utterly terrified by it. They tried to eclipse you because your brilliance highlighted their own unhealed darkness. But the beautiful magic of the moon is that it eventually illuminates everything. The veil has been irrevocably lifted. You are finally seeing this person and their hidden agendas with crystal clear, unfiltered vision, and the illusion is permanently shattered, flowing naturally and powerfully from this profound awakening. The next card that steps forward to validate your journey is the Eight of Cups. This is where your deep emotional alchemy takes place. The Eight of Cups represents the conscious, deliberate, and incredibly brave act of walking away from what no longer serves your highest evolution. You have spent so much of your precious time, your boundless empathy, and your radiant life force trying to fill cups that had holes in the bottom. You poured your soul into a dynamic that offered you nothing but emotional dehydration in return. The sheer exhaustion of carrying the weight of their unresolved trauma, their endless projections, and their secret jealousy became too heavy for your spirit to bear. But look at the profound shift happening here. You are no longer fighting for a place at a table that was never meant to sustain you. With the Eight of Cups, you are turning your back on the toxic wasteland. You are pulling your energy back into your own sovereign center, gathering the scattered fragments of your soul and walking into the unknown. It takes a terrifying amount of courage to walk away from the familiar, even when the familiar is hurting you, but you are doing it with such profound grace. You are leaving their heavy baggage exactly where it belongs, with them. You are no longer volunteering to be the emotional sponge for their chaotic vibrations. This single act of spiritual defiance, this boundary you have fiercely erected, is the exact catalyst that is unlocking the floodgates of your destiny. Because you had the audacity to choose your own peace, the universe is rewarding you in a way that will leave you absolutely breathless. As we move deeper into the spread, the magnificent, dripping with abundance energy of the Nine of Pentacles gracefully falls onto the table. This is the reward for your spiritual labor. The Nine of Pentacles represents supreme independence, luxurious self-sufficiency, and massive material breakthrough. You have painstakingly cultivated your own gorgeous garden, watering it with your tears of healing, and now, the harvest is here. You are stepping into an era of unprecedented prosperity. This could manifest as a massive career elevation, a completely unexpected financial windfall, a creative endeavor going absolutely viral, or simply a state of unwavering physical and emotional security that you have never known before. You are stepping into a frequency of high value, a lushness of spirit that makes you utterly magnetic to wealth and opportunity. The Nine of Pentacles signifies that your blessings are tangible, real, and meant for you to enjoy solo, without owing anyone a single explanation. But here is the fascinating twist that Spirit wants you to be hyper aware of. Because the Nine of Pentacles is a card of visible success, it also attracts spectators. And there is someone currently standing outside the walls of your beautiful, blooming sanctuary, peering over the gate, absolutely green with envy. This person is watching your rapid ascension, observing the incredible things you are manifesting, and they want it for themselves. This envious spectator might very well be the toxic person you walked away from in the Eight of Cups energy, or it could be an entirely new energetic leech lurking in your current periphery. Regardless of their identity, their frequency is rooted deeply in a desperate scarcity mindset. They do not possess your relentless work ethic. They lack your profound spiritual dedication, your connection to the divine, and your willingness to do the grueling shadow work. Instead of putting in the effort to cultivate their own harvest, they want to harvest the fruit from your branches. They feel entitled to your success. They might even attempt to circle back into your life right now, disguising their envy behind a mask of false praise or shallow congratulations, hoping to catch a ride on your rising star. But you are far too spiritually mature to fall for the facade. You recognize that their jealousy is a reflection of their own tragic emptiness, not a reflection of your worth. This brings us to the great cosmic equalizer. The next card to boldly step into the narrative is justice. The universe does not leave unbalanced equations permanently unsolved. The justice card represents the scales of karma locking into perfect, undeniable equilibrium. For the person who sought to manipulate you, who tried to dim your light, and who is currently throwing daggers of envy toward your success, the cosmic boomerang is already in motion. They are being forced to face the harsh, unyielding consequences of their own toxic vibrations. They are encountering closed doors, frustrating obstacles, and a general stagnation in their own life. This is not about you wishing ill upon them. In fact, you have completely detached from their outcome, but it is the universe naturally rectifying the spiritual imbalance they created. However, the Justice card also brings a miraculously beautiful message regarding your romantic destiny. Justice is fundamentally about divine alignment, fairness, and reciprocal energy. The scales are tipping in your favor to bring forth a connection that is deeply, purely balanced. Remember at the beginning when I mentioned that someone has your heart. This person is stepping into the divine light of the justice energy. This is an individual whose feelings for you are not rooted in manipulation, trauma bonding, or hidden agendas. They see you in all your radiant glory, and their heart is anchored in profound respect, honesty, and genuine adoration. If this is someone you already know, the relationship is undergoing a massive purification, stepping into a higher timeline of mutual effort and unshakable loyalty. If this is a new person entering your orbit, they are arriving exactly when the universe deemed you ready. After you cleared the chaotic debris of the past, this person does not want to compete with you. They want to champion you. They are deeply inspired by the very light that terrified your past toxic connections. They see the empire you are building in the Nine of Pentacles energy, and instead of wanting to steal from it, they simply want to stand beside you and help you protect it. This love is a balanced exchange. It is a connection where you will never have to beg to be understood or shrink yourself to be loved. Finally, the crowning energy of this entire breathtaking reading is the fierce, unapologetic power of the Queen of Wands. This is the ultimate validation of who you are becoming in this new chapter. You have weathered the manipulation. You have walked away from the draining emotional vampires. You have manifested massive independent success. And you have trusted the karmic scales of the universe. Now you are stepping into the sovereign, radiant, and utterly unstoppable vibration of the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands represents unshakable inner confidence, profound spiritual sovereignty, and a magnetic charisma that cannot be taught. You are no longer apologizing for the space you take up in this world. You know exactly what you bring to the table, and you refuse to entertain anyone who doesn't possess the emotional currency to afford a seat next to you. The envious spectators who are watching your life unfold are deeply intimidated by this energy. Your refusal to be dragged down to their lower frequency drives them crazy. But it is exactly this fiery protective boundary that ensures your continuous ascension. You hold the magic wand of your own destiny, and you are directing it with flawless precision. The Queen of Wands encourages you to keep your chin up, keep your boundaries fortified in steel, and keep your heart wide open to the genuine love that is flowing toward you. Do not let anyone's projected insecurities derail your momentum for even a fraction of a second. You have done the grueling, invisible inner work, and you have absolutely earned every single beautiful blessing that is rushing into your physical reality right now. As we close out this reading, I want you to completely absorb and integrate these truths into your spirit. You have successfully freed yourself from the shadowy manipulations of the past. You are stepping into an era of independent wealth, deep security, and undeniable success. Let the envious watchers watch from a distance. Their journey is not your responsibility, and their karma is already being handled by the universe. Instead, focus your vibrant, beautiful energy on the path ahead and open your spirit to the balanced, pure, and reciprocal love that is reaching out for your heart. You are a divine powerhouse, and your time is right now. Thank you so much for sharing your sacred space with me today. Trust the journey, protect your beautiful energy, and I will see you in the next reading.